Here's how to decide whether you should cut, bulk, or recomp. And this is the exact process that I go through with my clients for you to use to decide whether you should cut, bulk, or recomp first. Because I wasted years trying to lose body fat and build muscle at the same time. Because yes, while you can do both at the same time, something called a body recomposition, there's only a couple of circumstances where I'd recommend to do a body recomposition. Because in most cases, you'd be better off deciding whether you want to lose fat or build muscle first, not trying to do both at the same time. But deciding which one you should do first can be difficult because you do probably want to do both. You do probably want to lose a little bit of fat, but also build muscle. You might even be in that awkward stage at the moment where you're carrying a little bit more body fat than you'd like and you can't see your abs, but you also feel as though you don't have enough muscle at the moment and you're not sure whether you should bulk first and then cut. And the likelihood is you've probably done diets in the past, but when you started dieting, you might have felt as though you started to lose your muscle mass and felt a bit skinny, which is something we're going to cover in this video. So why should you decide on either trying to build muscle or lose fat and not both at the same time? Trying to lose fat and build muscle at the same time is like trying to drive a car in two opposite directions. You're just going to stay stuck in the same place and not achieve good results in either of these. And this is what I see happen to so many guys. They'll be trying to chase the eternal recomp where they're trying to lose fat, build muscle at the same time, not achieving results in either, and the physique will just stay the same for years. Or it'll be a case that they won't fully commit to one or the other. They'll start a diet, lose a few kilos, but start to feel a bit skinny and just stop the diet. Or they'll try and bulk too quickly, gain too much fat, stop, and then have to diet down. You need to decide on which one you're going to do first, so lose fat or build muscle, have an end point for either one of these goals, and know how much weight you should either be losing or gaining either on a weekly or monthly basis, depending upon which one you do. So here's how to decide on a starting point. If you are overweight or above 20% body fat, then you should start with a fat loss phase first. 20% body fat is the upper limit for what I'd recommend most people bulk up to. Therefore, if you're already at this body fat percentage, it makes sense to diet down to somewhere between 10 to 15% body fat, depending upon your goal and what you want to do after this, whether that's going to be you're going to look to maintain this or whether you're going to go into a gaining phase. If you are neither underweight or overweight, but you are new to the gym, then I would recommend doing a body recomposition. If you're new to the gym or have been training for less than 6 months, the chances are you'll be able to make a lot of what we call newbie gains, meaning it's a lot easier for you to build muscle mass. Therefore, in this case, you can focus on a recomposition of trying to lose body fat and increase muscle mass at the same time. Now, this is where most people get this wrong. If you're neither underweight or overweight, but are experienced in the gym, with over 16% body fat, then I would recommend you cut. And if you are wanting to do a gaining phase after this cut, then I'd recommend you getting down to somewhere between 10 to 12% body fat. However, if you're looking at maybe trying to maintain this, then somewhere probably between 12 to 15% body fat. Finally, if you're underweight or you can see your abs or you're under 12% body fat, then you should focus on a gaining phase first. If you're not competing, there's no need for you to be getting sub 10% body fat, as you're not going to be feeling great. Training's going to suffer, you could lose your libido, and unless you're competing, there's no need. Focus on doing a really slow gaining phase, trying to maximize muscle gain while limiting fat gain. So to summarize, if you're overweight or above 20% body fat, then I recommend you start with a fat loss phase. If you're neither overweight or underweight and are new to the gym, then I would recommend doing a recomp. If you're an experienced gym goer with more than 15% body fat percentage, then I would recommend doing a cut. If you're underweight or below 12% body fat percentage, then I would recommend you do a slow gaining phase. So hopefully that's helped you decide on your next step whether you should cut, bulk or recomp. But if you're still unsure on which one you should be doing first, then I've created a free quiz to help you out. It takes into account your current body fat percentage, training age and a few other factors. It's free, it takes less than 60 seconds to complete. If you want to take the quiz, then I'll link it in the description and I'll also pin it to the top comment on this video as well.